Okay. All right, guys, so we're just going to do some really quick introductions. There are quite a few of us on, so I want to keep it. Let me see if I can mute everybody. I am going to try to mute everybody. So if you need to unmute, just look for the microphone and unclick the red line. So I'd like for everybody to do just a really quick, short introduction so that we can all meet each other. I am Jennifer Hines, and I am so excited to be here with you guys, with Danielle and Maggie and Cece. These guys are like my business partners, but even more importantly, like my best friends who I had no idea who they were 3 years ago. And now we are building our teams together and doing things like this and bringing you guys together. And it just brings me so much joy. I'm just super excited. I kept telling them today, I'm so excited for this call to see all the new faces and do this with them. So without further ado, I've been doing this for about 3 years. I started with Cece and Maggie. We are Moira Casaba's coaches. She is our upline sponsor for most of us, and she is the number 5 coach in the network. So we have some amazing resources here on this call, but also even further up our in our upline. So if you guys want to, I'll probably just pick people randomly and make you guys talk. Just tell us who you are, where you're from, how long you've been coaching, and your biggest question about coaching. We might not answer it tonight, but just so we know what your biggest question is for coaching, we'll jot it down and your coach will make sure to get that question answered if we don't answer it tonight. So do I have volunteers to go first? You guys want me to just pick people? All right, Whitney, you're up because you're the top left. Unmute yourself and tell us your name, where you're from, how long you've been coaching, and your biggest question. And welcome.
So I'm Whitney Dennis. Maggie is my coach. And I was one of those that Maggie asked to become part of this for about, I don't know, 3 years maybe, Maggie, before I finally said yes. And actually started doing Beachbody workouts about 6 months ago. And I live in Charleston. And I have just now decided to really try to give the coaching thing a go. So brand new to the whole coaching side of it. And I guess my biggest question is how to deal with people who don't want to respond to your messages. What's a good way to try to get people to actually respond back to you?
I like it. Oh, you're still muted, Jen.
I'm not good at this. Thanks for going first, Whitney. Danielle, do you want to hop in because you're next on my screen?
Sure. So I am Danielle Porter. I'm the founder of Team Nourished. I'm actually not a part of Moira's downline, but Jen and Maggie and Cece are my BFFs. I don't know. I wouldn't know them other than coaching, and I don't know what I would do without these women. They have, I don't know, too much to even begin. I have been coaching for 4 years next month. I don't know what, and where am I from? What am I trying to say? My husband is in the military, and so we are currently stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and we live in Clarksville, Tennessee, but we'll be headed to Hawaii in May. So exciting stuff.
All right, Maggie, you're up next.
I am Maggie Marlowe. I've been a coach for just over 3 years, and I started with Jen and with Cece, and I met the fabulous Danielle Porter through this entire thing. She is in our downline, upline, whatever you want to say. She's just underneath a different coach, but we have brought her into our little tribe, and I don't know what I would do without these 4 girls. They keep me sane and really just help me we all talk each other off of ledges. That's what you need in this business, and it's what we do for each other, and it's amazing. I live here in Charleston as well. I've got 2 boys, 6 and 4, and I think that's it.
I'm going to keep us rolling so we can stay on top and get on the Together Rising call. Jen Towner, you're up next.
Jen Towner. I live in Seattle, Washington. My 1-year coach anniversary is on Thursday. DC is my coach. And what else? Is that it? I love this group.
Good.
Yay.
We love you too.
Thanks.
All right, Lindsay, you're up next on my little screen. Do you know how to unmute yourself? Good.
Yep.
Okay.
Here I am. I'm Lindsay Finch. I'm also in Charleston. I've been hiding on Maggie's team for 2 years. I finally just said I just had my second baby, so I have the motivation to try to stay at home with her. She's 5 months. So this is my first month really giving it a go. I would say my biggest question is the whole cold market. Just like with Instagram, and I mean, it's kind of funny. I got 2 coaches on our team already that invited me to be on their team today, but I just like the whole cold market is my question.
Okay. Awesome. All right, let's see. Sabina. Do you know how to unmute yourself, friend?
I think I just unmuted myself. I'm not good at this computer stuff either. I'm Sabina Osadka. I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm part of Jen's team. I'm excited to be here. I literally just joined just a couple of days ago. My biggest question, I think, would be how do you keep yourself motivated, as a coach? I think that's the biggest question for me, but I'm looking forward to working with all of you and having you guys as my support system. So thank you.
Flowers. Woo. All right, Leila, you're next. Do you know how to unmute yourself?
Hi, I'm Layla, and I'm also in Clarksville, Tennessee. I'm a part of Team Nourish under Amanda Harold and Danielle. And I think my biggest question is the same as the first question, just how to connect with people that kind of ghost you and like they just don't respond. And I know Danielle's been working with me with that anyway, but I would like to hear from you guys too. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's go. Debbie, do you know how to unmute yourself, friend? There you go.
Yeah, hi, I'm Debbie. I currently live in Plantation, Florida. I'm going to be moving in December to North Carolina. I've been coaching since April, I think it is. I'm Jen Towner's mom, Shirley, is my coach. And my question too is about the cold calling and Facebook and social media and how to get started and how to find people.
Okay, awesome. All right, Summer, you want to pop in?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Summer Holmes. I live in Columbia, South Carolina. I am now under Cece. I don't really know how we explain it, Cece, but she's been a huge help. I've been in her challenge group for quite a while, since I think last May. Just decided to jump in the coaching thing about a month ago. Actually, I think today is the day, or tomorrow. I've had great success with just posting before and after with 2B Mindset. Started Lift 4 in July, and I'm doing Shift Shop now. But my main question is pretty much what the other girls are saying about trying to reach out to people via social media, cold calling, that kind of thing. Because I feel like I'm kind of I've kind of just hit a dead zone, and I need to break in because I have, I did so well at the beginning. I just want it to keep going, and I don't want it to fade. So just, need some motivation.
And you are still doing really well. You're at SC10 for the month.
Well, I know, but I'm thinking next month. I'm like, I want to keep going.
That is every coach's fear. Even now, like every month, the first of the month, it's like, I'm at 0 again.
Yeah. Well, and also, I guess question to put to y'all is, I had so many people contact me, as Cece knows, at the beginning, like a month ago. Do I maybe reach back out to these people that I have a list of them? Do I reach back out and say, hey, it's almost November. We're going into Thanksgiving, Christmas, join me, come on type thing. I want to just come across as natural as I can, because that's how I am. I don't want to be salesy. Like what I think a lot of what's being preached is, you don't want to be like, hey, buy this program, type thing. Because people are like, no, I don't have the money. I don't have the time, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of my thing. So I'll be quiet.
All right, Miss D, you want to hop on here?
Yes, I'm getting
there. She is.
Self-love. That's why I wasn't on here the whole time. I was like, oh, I got to go get on the call. And so I jumped on. I'm under CC. I live in Atlanta area, and I have been coaching for a couple years, and jumping on here to support any of my coaches if they hop on, and always learning. So
Awesome. Always learning. This is a learn as you go. Definitely learn as you go. All right, Michelle, we can't see your beautiful face, but you want to unmute yourself? She's in Columbia too. So, and her and I got connected. Me and Sabina and Michelle all got connected on Instagram. So, Michelle, can you unmute yourself? Let's see if I can do it for you. All right, I unmuted you. You want to introduce yourself?
Okay, here I am. Hey, I'm Michelle Pepper, and I live in Lancaster, South Carolina, which is about 45 minutes north of Columbia, or maybe northeast of Columbia. Yeah. So, but I've only been doing this for like a week. I'm a newbie for real. But I think I'm with everybody else who is concerned about like the social media aspect. My thing is there's so much competition. Like, how do I stand out?
Okay. Those
to
are good
grab
questions.
people's attention. You know what I mean? Like, because there are, like, we're all not, and I hate to say competition, but like I get inundated with Beachbody coaches sending me friend requests every day. So I guess, you know, and that's how I met Jen. So how do we stand out and make a difference? Or do we just all stick together? And I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry.
I understand it. It's a good question.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys, if we don't get to these questions today, we will make sure that we either do another call or we follow up individually to make sure we get your questions answered. Lindsay, did you want to talk about Laura real quick?
Yes, I will. Okay. She's stuck in her 4-year-old's room right now trying to get her to sleep. So she's listening. But she has signed up in February. She hasn't been consistently actively coaching. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia. She used to live right across the street. I wish she still did. But she said her biggest questions are just the same kind of thing we're talking about, is that getting so many no's and the not right nows kind of thing. So she has 2 adorable little kiddos too.
Okay.
So that's Laura.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go over just real quickly, just to make sure you guys are all oops, Cece's raising her hand.
I didn't get to introduce myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Cece.
You said the best for last. All right, so I'm Cece Davis. I've been coaching with, like all these ladies have like stolen my thunder. I've been coaching for over 3 years. But I will tell you very quickly, like I am just now in this 3rd year digging into my cold market. So honestly, I am digging into my cold market now, 3 years in. I'm in Charleston, Mount Pleasant. I have 3 kids. I am almost 46 and a stay-at-home mom. And my thing is that I swear if I can do this, anybody can. Like I am just not your average coach that would ever be able to do this and be successful, but I've somehow turned that into my brand and just try to make it relatable. So there are all kinds of things you can do with coaching.
Yep, absolutely. So I was going to go over the resources real quick. Then we're going to have Danielle dive into how we handle challenge groups. Some of this may be very basic for you guys that may have been coaching a little bit, but we have, like I said, Michelle, Sabina, some of you guys are brand new. So we want to start with kind of the basics. So I just want to make sure you guys know the amazing resources that you do have as part of this Good Vibe Tribe. So you probably have all gotten a coach welcome email with different steps and different resources. You have amazing team pages and our smaller team pages up to Together Rising, the Good Vibe Tribe, Soul Warriors. Google is going to be your best friend. Before you reach out and ask your coach a question, Google it or FAQ it in your back office. We have amazing team trainings going. We mix together with Soul Warriors and other teams and upline teams and top 5, 10 teams, all to provide the top trainings in the network, I believe. I mean, I think we have some of the top trainings out there. We have team calls. We have team calls like this. So we have our Together Rising call. We have a Good Vibe Tribe call. We have lots of resources for you guys. And then also you probably got an email from Beachbody that kind of have a few quick start setups, how to set up your back office, how to set up your electronic fund transfer so that you get paid and not get a written check. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to Danielle, and she's going to talk about how we run our challenge groups, and how we mentor our coaches.
Right. Great. Thank you. So I will be super brief. The majority of you, well, I don't think the majority, all of you should already be plugged into a challenge group. And that is your first step, no matter if you're coming into this with the dream of losing 5 pounds or the dream of making $60 million and buying an island. Like, no matter what, you are coming into this, entering into a challenge group. So those can look a lot of different ways. I mean, there's 4, between Jen and Maggie, Cece, and myself, we all run challenge groups, and they're all going to look a little different. So maybe you, I know Dee and Jen, you guys and Layla, you guys have been around a little while. So maybe you run your own challenge group. But to me, the very most successful thing you can do coming into this as a coach is just ask people to join you and hold you accountable, sending a very simple message that says, hey, I just started this brand new workout. Like, I'll give an example with Chris's new thing. I just started a brand new 3-week workout. I am terrified that I'm going to get my butt handed to me. I thought about you because I know you and I have done blah, 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 blah before together. I would really love it if you could help hold me accountable in this. Boom. All of a sudden, now you're encouraging someone else to join you in this. And you bring them alongside of you into your challenge group. Nobody is asking you, and I feel like I can speak for all 4 of us who are hosting this call. No one is asking you to host your own challenge group month 1. Like, I think that's a really poor choice. I've had coaches in the past try to do that. When you don't know how a good challenge group is run, it's really difficult for you to run one yourself. So for me and my team, I usually recommend that my coaches apprentice me for about 2 to 3 months, just so that they can see the flow of a challenge group. They're going to see things that they like that I do. They're going to see things that they want to improve on, that kind of thing. And so that is to me, that's the best way to start out in this, is to be the very best challenger that you can possibly be. Log your accountability, do your workouts, drink your shakes, be A+ challenger that you want to encourage to come into your group. So like, Jen Towner, if you bring in your friend Susie, she's going to come in with you. You and Susie, you're going to check on Susie. You're going to say, oh my gosh, week 2, day 1, this is awful. Like, are your legs dying? That's the kind of encouragement and motivation and camaraderie that we want you guys to foster on your own teams. And so you're only going to get that when you reach out to people and you are encouraging to them that way. And yeah, your goal, I know, Jen, you're going to go over some goals and stuff like that at the very end of this. But really, I mean, I think we're all going to say this, your first goal in this business should be bringing on 2 people as challengers with you. They're going to enroll just like you did coming in as a free coach. Because if you guys all enrolled with your first challenge pack, you got your free coach, your enrollment fee waived. And so, I mean, you'll just enroll them that same way. Boom, all of a sudden you're enrolled. Like, it's just 2 coaches. So I don't want to go into what everybody else is talking about. But yeah, I mean, my part is basically be the model challenger that you want other people to do, because the rule of thumb in this business is that your team and your challengers are going to do half of what you do. So if you're showing up half the time, your challengers and your coaches are going to show up 25% of the time. So just be sure that you are your percent in this, your nutrition. Hopefully I covered everything there, Jen.
You did. I think so. You froze a little bit. Did everybody hear her?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maggie's going to talk about Success Club, and then we'll bleed into Cece talking about what is Emerald, because some of you might not even know what Emerald is.
Okay, so Success Club, you guys, is probably the simplest thing. It is getting 3 challengers a month. It is hitting Success Club 5. You actually would end up with Success Club 6 because you get 2 points for a challenge pack sold. And a challenge pack is Beachbody On Demand with a home direct order of Shakeology. Or the performance pack, but it has to be a home direct order. So it is Beachbody On Demand with a home direct order of Shakeology. The performance pack, I actually think you can do 3 boxes of Beach Bars now, and Daily Sunshine. So there are other ways of getting Success Club points as long as they're HD orders. And that is just getting 3 people. So Success Club 5, you actually end up at Success Club 6. So signing 3 either family members or 3 of your closest friends to get you, again, into that challenge group, help hold you accountable and help you get into the flow of running that challenge group with your personally sponsored coach, and just and be that mentor for just those 3 people that you bring in for that month or more, like Summer has, which is awesome. And that is really great. In your first 3 months of coaching, so if you signed up this month in October, November, and December, if you hit Success Club, you are a Success Club starter, and you automatically receive a free ticket to Summit, which is Beachbody's huge, and their corporate, what, I don't even know, losing my words. It is their summit. It is where you go and you learn everything and anything about this business. You get to work out with the trainers, and there's these amazing speakers, which Rachel Hollis will be there this summer, you guys. And whoever doesn't love Rachel Hollis, she is our keynote speaker this summer. So there's 2 ways of hitting Success starters. It is your first, second, and third month as a coach getting into Success Club, or your second, third, and fourth month hitting Success Club. So don't worry if you're brand new and this is your first month is October and you are not at Success Club. You can hit it in November, December, and January and still get that Success Club starters, as long as you aren't at like SC4. You have to be at SC6. If you're already at SC4, you're not hitting that Success Club on your month 1. So make sure you get that 1 more person. You still have 2 days to do that, which is totally, totally doable. I have hit Success Club on the last day of the month more than once in this business in 3 years. So it is 100% doable, you guys. And I think that's it. Success Club is just, reaching out and getting those 3 people to sign up, getting them started into your challenge group, and then being that coach and stepping up and just checking in with them and having that one-on-one connection with them to make sure that they're holding themselves accountable as well. And then Cece, she's going to talk about hitting Emerald and incentives, more incentives.
I don't think I'm talking about incentives. I think that's, but I'm going to talk about Emerald. Okay. So for those of you who are brand new, we have some Emerald coaches on our call who are amazing examples of how it's just a decision. It happens, in 24 hours or less, and boom, you've done it. So for those of you who are brand new, we have ranks, and it's how you grow your business. Emerald basically signifies that you're opening the doors to your business. What that means is you have 2 coaches underneath you, one on one leg, one on the other, and you start building out from there. Emerald also means that you are then able to start banking volume. So volume is how do I say this? Volume is how you are going to make money in the future. Nowadays, 3 years in, the majority of my paycheck is from my team cycle bonus, which is coming from the volume that I have been banking and banking and banking for 3 years. At some point, I should look back. It'd be really interesting to look back to see when the paycheck, like when the shift happened. Because when you first start off, your paycheck is made up of commissions. It's, you bring in people, you get 40, 50, 60 bucks commission. You're banking that volume if you're Emerald to tap into at a later date. And then somewhere along the way, you start seeing this shift where the commission is either the same, but the team volume is growing and growing and growing, especially when you are on a power team like we are. The coaches that I have underneath me, it's unbelievable. And so that's why we say, Emerald truly is a decision. Beachbody allows you, this is just such an amazing part of the business. They allow you to have U+2. What that means is you can use your credit card on your account and 2 other accounts. One of those 2 either have to be a spouse, an adult child, or a parent. So I'll use myself as an example. So right now I'm getting 4 paychecks because I have my husband signed up as a coach. and I pay with my credit card. I have my dad signed up as a coach and I pay with my credit card. And then I've cloned myself and I get a 4th paycheck from there. So at this point, 3 years in, I'm getting 4 paychecks. And again, the volume just grows and grows and grows as you are an Emerald coach and you continue on. Let me gather my thoughts. Okay, so when, like I said, it's a decision to get to Emerald. Most people, if you are married, you sign up your spouse. That is just the easiest, boom. Jen Towner, she signed up her mom. So there are options. It's not just a spouse. You can sign up, like I said, a parent or an adult child. A lot of people make the decision to sign up, a mom and a husband, same time, boom, open the doors to your business. That actually gets momentum going. That puts it out to the universe that you're like, hey, I want to do this. I'm open for business. I'm going to make this work. I know a lot of people sometimes are like, I'm going to wait until I sign up my husband because I'm not really sure. That is one of the biggest mistakes you can make because for a number of reasons. You want your husband to be your very first coach. Because what happens is my husband actually has more volume underneath him now than I do. If we tapped into it, Maggie and I were at lunch recently and we figured out how much money we both have in these banks. I have $159,000 just sitting in these banks to tap into. And the way I tap, well, I'm not going to tell you how I tap into it because that's just an advanced conversation. But the way you get it started is just with 2 people. And when you do that, that puts you at SC4. So at that point, all you need is one more person to be in Success Club. So they really all go hand in hand, especially in the beginning. So that's why we say, your first goals out the gate should be hitting Emerald in 24 hours and then hitting Success Club. Because again, if you're hitting Emerald in 24 hours, that means you're at SC4. You add in one more person, you get to what's called Success Club. And when you are Emerald and you're in Success Club, you get free leads from the company. So again, it all starts at Emerald. You are banking volume. And if you're at SC and Emerald, the company is giving you free leads. They are giving you people who go to the Beachbody website, order in the middle of the night, and don't have a coach assigned to them. They just randomly assign people. I know Summer has already gotten a couple people. She hit SC10 and said when you're Emerald and hit SC10 or higher, you get paid leads. So that means you might wake up and have a several $100 commission just sitting there for doing nothing. So again, Emerald is where the doors to your business open. And it really is not complicated at all. It's just making that decision of committing to your business and making that investment. For me, I grew up with a mom who was an entrepreneur. I saw her hiring attorneys, renting places, taking out insurance policies and all kinds of stuff. You will not find another business where you can invest so little and get so much down the road. Like it's unbelievable that what I have done now has put $159,000, actually more, because that was several weeks ago that we met and did the math at lunch. I mean, that I have $160,000 just sitting there for me to tap into. Like there is no business my mom ever could have done growing up that would have gotten her that. She was constantly taking out loans, constantly doing things. So it truly is an amazing business model. And we want to make sure that you are taking advantage of that. So I think I said everything I want to say about Emerald.
I want to just chime in really quick. Lindsay Finch, who has been a discount coach of mine for 2 years, she tried coaching a little bit when she first started, and it just, with teaching and a newborn and everything else, it just didn't happen. She continued being a discount coach. She was in and out of my challenge groups. And then she had her second baby and she's like, I'm all in. What do I need to do? And she's been completely coachable and done everything that I told her to. And she went Emerald, and her first paycheck had $250 sitting there just from volume from the team because she held her spot in my team. So the second she hit Emerald, she made $250 without even doing anything. So, which is incredible. You guys, she was like, where is this $250 coming from? I don't understand. I'm like, well, you held your spot. She just didn't cancel her coach account. She continued using the shakes and everything else and held her spot on this team. And that is just built up volume that was just sitting there that she never knew about and was finally able to tap into, which is awesome.
Yeah. There's so much strategy that's involved, like the further you go. So don't get bogged down with that. Know that all of us here, like when we were told, sign up your husband, sign up whatever, we were kind of like, okay. But I was coachable. I totally trusted what Moira was telling me. I saw her success and I knew that you know, I was going to give this a try. And again, like I said, I saw my mom invest bazillions of dollars. And it just wasn't even that big a deal. I saw myself as a business owner. And if you think of yourself, I am a business owner and I am doing this to advance my business. That is simply a choice. And you do it. And again, like Maggie said, like things just happen every month. I probably make an extra, kind of depends on the month, anywhere from $200 to probably $400 on leads that I'm getting from Beachbody because I'm Emerald or higher. So it really can be beneficial. I will also tell you that coming into these holiday months, these are the months that you will start getting more leads. Like come December, come January, holy cow, the leads you get in January, it's unbelievable. So know that that's going to grow come the new year when people are ready to get in shape and they're looking for something. They're up in the middle of the night watching an infomercial and they're like, I'll try that. That's when they start spending lots of money and they don't know what they're doing and they get put in under you and, you know, you earn it while you're asleep.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to wrap us up, probably about 5-10 more minutes at the most, guys, and then we can hop on the Together Rising call for those of you that can. So you guys have heard a bunch of information, and those of you that are brand new may feel overwhelmed, but we are here to mentor you and kind of match your pace. But we will tell you that there are a lot of incentives for getting started and getting started moving that momentum. And we're not talking about helping 20 people your first month, guys. We're asking you to help 3 people. 3 people. So as far as your goals, first and foremost, like Danielle said, first and foremost, your goals are always your journey. When things start to go downhill with your business, take a step back and realize that you're probably not on your own journey anymore. You've lost something with your fitness, your nutrition, your personal development. All of us are very big in personal development. It's part of our coaching community. It's part of what makes us Together Rising. Your second goal is to get to Emerald. And you guys should be letting us know tomorrow morning or tomorrow by 9:07 Eastern Standard Time that you're Emerald, that you've signed up. Husband and mom, husband and best friend, mom and coworker. There's people out there that need our help, guys. And that leads me really quickly into the scarcity versus the abundance mindset. When I came into this business, I was like, there's too many, the market's saturated. And that was kind of a scarcity mindset. There are billions of people, guys, that are obese and need our help, that are unhealthy. Even if they look healthy from the outside, they need the community, they need the personal development, they need the self-care. So try to change your mind from there's too many Beachbody coaches to there's so many people that need my help, and start making a list of all those people in your life that need the community, the nutrition, the fitness, or the self-care. It doesn't have to be all 4. There are coaches on our team like Jolie, who was a personal trainer and a yogi, very well known in Mount Pleasant, but she needed the community and the personal development. Okay, so start making your list of those people that you think can benefit from those things and start asking them to help you. So don't say, I want you to do this for you. Say, I'm just getting started. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but will you do this alongside of me? Will you do this with me to get my business started? Those that are closest to you that would buy dirt from you are going to do this with you. Okay, and then the last thing I want to say before I go into our incentives that we're offering, is that if you want to build this into a 6-figure business, don't stop at 3 people. Shoot for 5 people or 10 people a month. Because if you do what I did the first year of my business and just did the minimum, because I was trying to figure everything out and learn everything, it's going to set you behind as far as income. So if you want to build this into a 6 or 7-figure income, which a lot of the coaches on our team have, shoot the bar higher. Maybe start with 3 this month, but continue to try and help more and more people each month. Okay. So as far as incentives, I'm going to do a screen share real quick if I can get this to work. And I hope I picked the right one, Cece. All right. So now I can't see you guys. Oopsie. Hold on. All right. So what the coaches that are here with you tonight, what we are doing for our new coaches is for your first or second month. So if you signed up in September, you have September and October to hit this. So actually you have three days to hit this. If you signed up in October, then this is good for you for October or November. So these are our brand new baby coaches that just signed up. If you help one person this month in October, we are gifting you $25. Plus Beachbody will give you a $50 commission. So you help one person get started in October and you get $75, $25 from your coach and $50 from Beachbody. If you help 3 people, you're going to get a $50 gift card from your coach and also $150 from Beachbody. So helping 3 people get healthy and head into the holidays feeling great, and you are going to make $200. So that is plus your monthly Success Club gift from Beachbody. So, and once you help 3 people, you're going to sign 2 of them up as coaches in your Emerald, and then in November you will be getting free Beachbody leads heading into the holidays. And all those leads, you can upgrade them and work with them to get them paying for products and in the challenge groups and things like that. So, anything I missed there, girls, on the incentives?
And
No.
Beachbody sends you gifts every month. I mean, the collection I have, y'all.
Yeah.
And I do also have to say that Danielle, Jen, Cece, and I have never once missed Success Club. So it's doable.
For sure.
Very, very doable.
Yeah, there's more than enough people that need our help.
Jen Towner with her bobblehead of Joel.
All right, guys. Well, I want to end it. We're not going to go over this now, but we will send this to you individually in a text message or a Facebook thread or post it up in our team pages. But this is where it gets real. And if you guys have not done this, even if you've been coaching for 2 years, please take the time to do this, because when life gets hard, when the holidays are coming up, when people are saying no, when people are ghosting you, if you have this vision of what you want your life to be like in 2 to 3 years, if you have that to look at, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with the people that are ghosting you, to deal with the people that are saying no. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I hate doing that because then I can't see you guys, but so just stop and think for a couple minutes while I read this to you guys, but we do want you to write this down someplace where you can look at it every single day. So if you had no monetary or time limitation, say in 2 to 3 years, money wasn't an issue and time wasn't an issue, what would your life look like? Where would you be living? What would you be doing? Would you be coaching full-time? Would you be volunteering at your kid's school more often? Would you still be doing your full-time job and coaching? What would that look like? What would your summers look like? Are you vacationing in a mountain house? Are you vacationing down in Florida? Are you going to Costa Rica for 2 weeks while you're still earning an income with your Beachbody business? Where do your kids go to school? I know for Moira, our coach, it was a big deal that they could afford to send their kids to a private school. How would you be giving back to the community? So think about those things. What would your life look like in 2 to 3 years if money wasn't an issue and time wasn't an issue? And just write it down, and then look at it every single day. And then I want you guys to think about and share with your coach what keeps you up at night. What is the elephant on your chest? When I first joined coaching, I couldn't even get these words out of my mouth when I was talking to my coach, because she even knew, because she is my sister-in-law. But my thing that kept me up at night, and it still does, but I'm chipping away at it, is the amount of student loan debt that I brought to my marriage. It was 6 figures, guys, and I could not see myself getting out from under that ever, even earning a really good income as a physical therapist. But coaching pays me directly based on how hard I work. So I am able to finally chip away at that, and that elephant that was on my chest for so long is no longer there, because I finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. So think about what's keeping you up at night. And then, this is a big one, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to coach? And don't just tell us to help people. Why do you want to help people? I want you to keep asking yourself why for every answer 5, 6, 7 times until you can tell us why you want to do this, and your why should make you cry. That's what my coach told me. And when I said, oh, I want to help people, I'm a physical therapist, that's what I do, that's why I got into that. And she's like, that's not deep enough, Jen. When everything gets hard and people are telling you no, and your kids are sick and you're working full time and things get hard and things get real, your why, you want to be able to get up in the morning and still want to coach. So think about that. So we will share these with you guys, but I really encourage you to take some time. You know, I know we're just starting the week, but take some time maybe next weekend or throughout the week to really think about those things and just think about what coaching can do for you guys. And then look on YouTube for success stories for Beachbody, because I can guarantee you whatever you're doing now, wherever you are right now, there is a Beachbody coach, a top coach that has overcome a lot of the same obstacles that you may think you have and is succeeding. So with that, you guys, Maggie, Daniel, Cece, do you want to wrap it up or do you want to try to address some other questions?
I mean, it's totally up to you guys. If there are people that are really, I mean, the TR call is recorded. So, I mean, if we want to address the questions tonight, are you guys okay with that?
Thumbs up or another call? Thumbs up or?
For bad.
I have to scoot because I have my team call now. So,
okay.
Yeah, but I'm glad this is recorded.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
And the Together Rising call is recorded as well. So, yeah, I mean, we can continue going with questions.
Okay.
I say we handle questions.
Okay.
Okay. So Whitney's first question was, we'll just go in order that I wrote them down. If I forget somebody, just hop in. Whitney and somebody else had about ghosting. So basically you invite somebody and they're not responding. You can tell that they've seen your messages, but they're not responding. And I'll say one thing and then I'll let Cece and Maggie jump in. First of all, do not take it personally. So many people are busy. They are not on social media like we are. So they could have seen it and said, Whitney, I need to get back to her. And then the light turns green and then she's taking care of 3 kids and she has just forgotten. So yes, follow up. I follow up with people maybe twice within the same month, and then they go on my list to invite next month. Every single person on my list gets an invite every single month, and then at least one follow-up. But just know that it's not you and it's not personal, and kind of detach yourself from the outcome, whether it's them ghosting you or whether it's them saying no. So Maggie and Cece, I'll be quiet and let you guys hop in on the ghosting and the no's maybe. We'll handle those two together.
I invited 200 people in about 30 minutes with a copy and paste, and I had 4 people respond. 4. Those 4 people signed up, but I have 4 people respond, you guys. So that left me 196 people who ghosted me. I mean, really. And I don't take offense. Some of them have gotten invitations in the past. For those that continue to watch me or those that continue to like things along the way are the ones that I really can clue in on following up again to that last invite. And I simply say, hey, I noticed that you read this. I know that I read things all the time. And again, like what Jen said, the light turns green, life goes on, and I totally forget to respond to it, but I responded in my head. I have 3 spots left, and I thought maybe I'd reach back out to see if you're still interested. Just really simple. And then they're like, oh yeah, I totally read this. And I responded no in my head. And I never actually responded to you, sorry. And maybe it's a hard no, which is fine. And then if it is a no, and then you're getting a yes or no, please let me know please let me know if you're in or out, because I have 3 spots left and I want to make sure you get one if this is for you, that type of thing. So you're getting that hard yes or no for the month. And that way you can then say, if it is a no, great. Would you mind if I followed up with you next month? I always have new groups starting. I mean, they either say, no, really, this is something I really don't want. And then you have a really hard no, or they're like, sure. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So then you're weeding out the people that are either going to be super annoyed by your invitation every single month, or that are going to continue following you because they really just want to see what's happening. Does that make sense? People reading it, it's not a no. It's just a not now, first of all. It is not a no. And it's just a not now until they're like, please stop sending me invitations, and then delete you or something like that, which I've never had happen. So
I just looked, I did a presentation for a call like a year and a half ago about follow-ups. That Barbie Kalev was like, can you do a call and follow-ups for me? I was like, okay, sure. And so I actually went through everybody that had signed up with me that year, and I dug into it to see, did people sign up immediately?
Did they wait? How long did they wait? So 87% of the people this year, I think it was 2016, 87% took 6 months or longer of me inviting them. Most of them more like 9 to 12 months. It is very normal. People are skeptical. I was very skeptical when I started. I didn't think it was going to work, and so like, just know when we say the fortune is in the follow-up, like, we really mean it. So that's why it's so important to have some sort of tracking system, even if it's pen and paper, even if you're using like different color pens and highlighters or whatever. Just keep a running list, and always have something to invite to. We, as your uplines, will always give you something to invite to. So use that, whether it's a freemium, whether it's, a coach sneak peek, whether it's a new round of a challenge group, whether it's Chris's group that's popped up in the middle of a round or whatever. Like, we will always give you something to invite to. So use that, and use that as your follow-ups. Your follow-ups should always look different, because you're always going to have something different to invite to. So that's why you're like, hey, I mean, like, all of my follow-ups right now, I am actually following up with people that I invited last week to Chris's group. I am saying, hey, my November round actually starts next week. How about that? So, I mean, know that it takes a while. 87% of people. It's very, very rare to have someone say, yes, sign me up right now. You usually get some questions back and forth. You usually get some talk back and forth. Dee, who was on here and hopped off, she took over a year. Most of the people on my team took multiple conversations. It's all very normal. Like everyone has said, you just don't take it personally. You just put them on a list. And I think as long as you are approaching it with, like, you're approaching the invitation authentically, and you're trying to add value to this person's life. And especially if they are still following you, if they are liking your posts, if you see them following you on Insta stories, that right there is like, hey, keep inviting me. Like, anybody who continues to follow you or heart anything that you do, that is an open invitation to be like, hey, yes, I'm still following you. Like, please keep checking with me. Like, that's how I see it. Until someone says, heck no, then I'll be like, okay, then why are you following me? But, we'll have that conversation when we need to. What were the other questions? Cold market. I mean, again, like I said, I'm 3 years in, y'all. I am 3 years in, and I am just now digging into my cold market.
Nobody on this call is in their cold market.
Yeah. You have got to make a list. Seriously, I still have my list. It's pages and pages. Think about people you grew up with. Think about old neighbors. Think about relatives. Think about jobs. I mean, use the memory jogger and truly sit down and write it out. Write down names. Even if you're like, oh, she is so fit. Like, I could never coach her because she's even better off than I am. Write everyone's name down. And then go through your friends. Look at your best friend's profile and see who she's friends with. Look at your husband's profile, see who he's friends with. Look at your sisters, brothers, look at other people, and like, start connecting, because you know way more people than you think.
And that's the other thing, is that you guys have to constantly be adding to your network. So even though most of my business right now is on Instagram, Facebook's coming back around for me now, so it's like I'm constantly adding friends of friends and developing those relationships and reaching out to people that are watching my stories and watching Facebook. So, and those people I don't feel like are cold market, because there's usually a connection someplace that you know. So right now I would say, yes, I'm having some people on Instagram that I'm just connected with. 2 of them are on here that we've developed friendships and now are friends and are hopefully going to take this business and do some magic with it. But I'm also still having people that I've been inviting for 3 years just joining me. So like, I've had somebody that just joined me after 2.5 years of inviting her every single month. And she's like, thank you for not giving up on me. So don't give up on people. Your coach didn't give up on you. So don't give up on people. Keep inviting them, and expanding your network. Social media. And then Sabina said, staying motivated. You guys, this is how we stay motivated. We love doing stuff like this. We have each other. Like when we have a bad day, we reach out to each other and they tell you, get over your damn self and move on. Or they say, they support you in a loving way. You know what I mean? But they will call you out if you're kind of being a little whiny or they will kind of surround you with love. I mean, I went through a terrible time with recovering from major surgery, and these girls were my lifeline. They didn't let me go down the rabbit hole of depression again. They rallied. But I will tell you is that as soon as you start having one mom or one friend or one family member's life change, like yours is being changed, that's enough to keep you motivated. And it's going to be, and coaching and having people look to you is going to keep you on your own journey. This is the only way that I've stuck to this, guys, for 3 years. Cece loves junk food and hates to work out. And she's been doing it for 3 years because she's got us and she's got people looking to her. I'll fail myself all the time, or used to. I've changed that story. Thanks, Maggie. But I will always show up for other people too, you know? So that's how I stay motivated, is that I know that you guys are looking, my team and my tribe are looking for me to show up. And if I don't, they're going to come find me and figure out what's going on. So that's how, as far as staying motivated. And so
it's normal to have doubts. It's normal to think, what have I got myself into? It's normal to have all of those things. I mean, I had them until about I think we all had them until about 2 years in or so. We still have bad days and weeks. But the thing is, like Jen said, once you start helping people, and once it goes beyond, like, it's so exciting when someone sends you a message and they're like, oh my gosh, my pants fit. Like, that's so fun. But you know what's even more amazing? When someone sends you a message and they're like, I am going back to school. I am going to quit my job. I have started a blog because you inspire me to write more. Like, I mean, it's unbelievable, like the inspiration that could come out of these groups. So just know that the success stories and the depth that you can affect people and change lives just it goes so deep the longer you do it. Trust me. And it's such a beautiful thing.
And something else to add about this too, you guys, it is building relationships. So if you're sending these cold messages on Facebook, you better be going on their Facebook page and liking and CCQing at least one of something on their page. And CCQ is comment, compliment, and then question. So you're making a comment about their post, like, oh my gosh, what a fun day. Your daughter is growing up so quickly. Where are you guys? Like, it looks like you had such a good day. Your daughter is so beautiful. Where are you guys? Where is this fun day? Right? Just something simple that they can respond to, that they have to respond to. Starts a conversation going. Maybe that conversation then leads into a messenger, so it's not back and forth in the comments. Maybe you move it to the messenger, that type of thing. So you're not just, I mean, that is part of like what we our hours in making those connections. And it is fun. I mean, make it fun. Like, search for that person that you've forgotten about. Go into your friend list and scroll and be like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen anything pop up about this person in a long time, and go to their page. And maybe it's because they haven't been on Facebook in 6 months. I mean, maybe you still CCQ it and see if they pop back on. I don't know, but you have to take that initiative to start that conversation before you just kind of, cold invite somebody, if that makes sense.
All right. Did we address everybody's calls or questions? It's been about an hour, and I want to respect your time.
Yeah, the competition and how to stand out. You guys, there isn't competition because you are you and you're selling you. So if you're staying committed to yourself, you are telling your story. It is only your story. Your story cannot be my story. It can't be Whitney's story. It can't be Cece's story. We all have our own story to tell, and that's what attracts other people to you. I mean, you just have to find that. You just have to find that thing. Another really great thing to do is to write down, outside of coaching, outside of everything that you want this business to be, is to write down 10 things that make up you. I'm a mom of 2 boys. I have 2 dogs. I'm from Ohio. I like to golf. I went to culinary school. I have a special education degree. All of these things connect me with people outside of coaching, and those are the things that are going to connect me with them first, and then bring them into my world and how our worlds collide. Does that make sense to everybody?
And a lot of this, and a lot of the social media and the connections and talking to, not talking, we want you to talk to people like they're humans, but we do go over in some of our trainings if you haven't been through any of the trainings, and we teach you more about how to tell your story on social media. And Michelle, I know that you had mentioned you were one of the ones that was concerned about social media, and the post that you put up on Instagram earlier this week or over the weekend was amazing. You were vulnerable and it was very authentic. And if you just keep doing that, as hard as it was, you're going to have people connect with you for who you are and your story. Just like hopefully you connected to me and my story, because I know that there was a lot of people that were talking to you around the same time, and you did choose to join, our team. So there was something that I was doing that helped you connect with me. So that's what you're going to do, is just share authentically and share your story and why you're doing this and how things are changing for people to connect to you. I think the same thing with Sabina. I think that's with all you guys. You connected to your coach for some reason, something that they shared on social media. I know Emily, one of my coaches, she connected to me because I shared that I was eating a French fry. She's like, that's my girl. She still eats French fries. And I was like, I probably need to post more about French fries because she's my top coach.
And actually know yourself eating the French fry, because I posted for me like with the French fry in my mouth, and they're like, I want to see you actually biting it next time, video. And I was like, dear Lord, I still eat French fries, people.
Yes, right.
I got a few candy wrappers in the trash right now.
Yeah, me too. Ready for that 3-day refresh.
It happens.
All right, guys, we want to answer all your questions, but also be aware of your time, because we said this was going to be 30 minutes, but I think it was a great call and really helpful. So does anybody have anything else they want us to address tonight? No?
And if there are special things and you want to hear more, there are videos out there, YouTube videos out there from other coaches that address these specific questions that you guys had. I'm happy to share those videos with you, or anything else. Sometimes hearing from other people help too. I mean, that's why we did this call as a group. So.
And the Beachbody Champions page, guys, Facebook page, Beachbody Champions, you go in there and search for anything, inviting, objections, and it's a wealth of information, because sometimes you go on YouTube and you can go down a rabbit hole of why I quit Beachbody too. But Beachbody Champions Facebook page has a lot of great stuff from top coaches as well. So.
And there's also a podcast. There's also a Beachbody podcast that's incredible. It has all of the national wake up calls and then some. So really great content there if you have podcasts.
And one thing that I would say is that I hope is obvious, like one of our biggest secret to success or to being here is that we have each other. Like as amazing as Moira is, somehow we all found each other and we started using each other as sounding boards and as, do you know the answer? Or how should I respond to this? It is so important to lean into the team, to lean into Together Rising, to get to know others and to make connections, because the thing is, we all have the same fears. We all have the same insecurities and like, oh, what do I say to this and all that kind of stuff. And the bigger your network and the more you lean into that, it helps. And then you find these amazing friendships. And next thing you know, like it's just such an amazing part of this. So don't forget about that part. I'm an introvert. I know a lot of people who are drawn to coaching are actually introverts. And I think it's because you can work from home and like, you don't have to be with the public and all that kind of stuff, but lean into it, really lean into it. I promise you will not find a more supportive, more uplifting community than what we have here. And if you have problems finding like, who do I pod up with? Like, just look on calls and see who speaks to you. And if someone does a post about a question in Together Rising, I mean, just like reach out to people. Like, there's just no shame in doing that and building it for yourself, because that's just part of our success too. Like, we rely on each other a lot. And I think that I feel like I don't do it alone. I totally don't do this alone.
We don't. And doing the little exercise that Jen posted, and we will give you that exercise too to read if you didn't write it down. That will also help us connect. Like the four of us will connect with each other, what your answers are, and we can then maybe pair some of you guys up with the same goals and the same alignment and be like, well, hey, look, you know, Whitney has this vision and it's kind of the same vision as Summer. It may be good to put you guys together and just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. So, I mean, that's kind of how the whole Success Pods, you know, start. It's just it's a way of connecting with another coach with the same goals that you have. So.
All right, guys. Well, I'll wrap it up. But we have 3 days. Now we have almost just 2 full days left in October, and there's so many people that need our help, and there's holidays coming. So, let's make a couple $100 for the holidays and help some friends get healthy and do these holidays together, because people don't want to feel blah. So all of us have little snippets and follow-ups that we can share with you guys if you're getting stuck with the words. I used to word vomit all the time, and I look back at my invitations and they make me want to barf. So simpler is better. Simpler is better. So we're happy to share that. So thank you guys so much. Maggie and Cece, I love you guys.
Bye, love you.
I'll get this guys to you probably tomorrow. So it's going to take a while to upload, but I'll get you the recording for your teams.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.